Welcome to Unbreakable Latina. Hi guys, welcome back to Unbreakable Latina. This is your host Melina. I hope you're having an amazing day, whatever day you're listening to this on. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. So it's Sunday, it's about 2:30 p.m. and by now I should have had the podcast done. I should have gone to the gym, but your girl slept till about 10 a.m. and I was in my PJs till about 12:30. So it's been a slow morning. I actually went out last night and you guys know that I really don't go out. So I was definitely tired this morning. I got home about like 1:30 or 2 and I went to bed and I was like, please, like, I hope it's a gloomy morning the next day because usually when it's a gloomy morning, I'm able to sleep in. But if the sun comes in and I hear like people outside of my house or anything like that, then I am fully awake. Doesn't matter what time I went to bed, like I cannot go back to sleep. So I was very grateful that today was very quiet, or I was really passed out. But it was gloomy, so I was able to sleep until like 10 and I was so happy because if I wouldn't have slept, I know I would have felt like crap today, and it just transfers over to like the week. Usually if I go out on a Saturday and I went hard, which hard for me is like 2 drinks, but and I wake up the next morning and I just don't feel like myself, it just continues to like Monday and I hate it. So now that I am 33, I'm gonna be 34 soon, I really have to be careful about when I go out and how I plan my day and what I get done. So yesterday I planned accordingly and like did my laundry in the morning, ran all my errands, and my house was clean by the time my brother came over to visit. So I hung out with him, my niece, and my mom all day. And then later on I got ready for the party. But I was thinking to myself like, oh my God, like I used to go out like this all the time and now I do not have energy. Like this is like a once in a month type of thing, if that. But it was so much fun. Everybody dressed up. I dressed up as the Latina Velma and my sister was Daphne from Scooby-Doo. And my cousin, one was like a inmate or prisoner or something like that. And then the other one was Men in Black. So it was really fun. Everyone's costumes were really creative. You had to wear a costume. If not, you were not allowed to go to this party. And I went to the same party last year. It's my cousin's friend's family's house party. Damn, that's a lot. Tongue twister. Anyways, es el amigo de mi primo, and their family is always so welcoming. So we had such a good time, and I danced. I haven't danced like in forever. My feet were hurting because I bought these boots that were like way too tall, way too high, and I don't go out much. So right after, like, I don't know, I was there for like 2 hours and I was like, I have to go put my sneakers on. So my sister and I went to put our sneakers on and life felt so much better. But yeah, una vez al año no hace daño. Halloween has always been one of my favorite holidays. I remember growing up, my mom would make our costumes and I always wondered like why she never bought them at the store, but I figured it's because we didn't have the money for it. But now that I think about it, is like we didn't have the money for it, and the costumes that she made were so cool. Like I remember being Wednesday from the Addams Family and I used to win like awards every year. She made my Cinderella costume. What else did she do? Like so many. I can't even think. A pirate. And then what else? Oh, I was a flight attendant. Since I was little, I wanted to be a flight attendant. And I remember she made my Idol Mexico and it was so cute. And everybody's like, oh my God, how unique. And all my friends had like superhero costumes and stuff. And I would be like, why do I always have like these creative costumes? Like, I don't know if my mom would come up with ideas or I would, or she'd see something and be like, oh, you should be this. And then she'd make it for me. Like she'd sew it and everything. So it was really cool. I always enjoyed that holiday and I still do. And I will forever enjoy it. Like, it's exciting. And then for a while, like, when I didn't go out or anything, I would get sad because, like, no tengo a donde ir. But now I'm like, I have to make an effort to, like, go places and wear a costume. I don't know if next weekend salgo a algún lugar, but I need another costume. So it was really fun. Anyways, so I have some tea to spill. It's been a while since I spilled tea, but let me spill it today because I have a lot on my mind. So, you guys know that I have an Instagram following and I follow businesses all the time. And then, like, sometimes they'll like tag me or I'll tag them and repost. And I usually talk to people. I don't even know who I'm talking to because it's like the social media page for a restaurant or for a brand. And, for the longest time, it's funny when I talk to people because I don't even know what they look like. So, occasionally I'll have like people comment something and then I comment back or whatever. So, anyways, this happened to me twice already. So, the first time I was just like, hey, like, we always talk, but I don't know what you look like. And this person always kind of flirty with me. So, I'm like, who are you? And then they're like, oh, this is me. So, I'm like, oh, cool. Turns out, this person's in a relationship. And I'm like, why are you sending me all these hard eyes all the time? So, there's that. And last night, I was when I got home, like I was on Instagram and somebody DM'd me and they kept on like, hey, like I like your costume, whatever. I'm like, oh, thank you. And then like I don't know where the conversation went, but they asked a couple more questions. Like, I don't even know who you are. Like, I'm talking to a restaurant right now. And then they send me I wish I could post it, but I'm not gonna expose that person. A selfie. It's a guy. He's at the gym. He's shirtless. And like, why would you send that as the first picture when I ask who it is? I'm just asking. And it's not a very flattering picture. I know this is so mean, but like, why would you send that? Like, I would send like the nicest picture of myself. Well, maybe he thinks that's the nicest picture of himself. I was just like, me asustó because I was just like, why would you send that? I don't know. It was just weird to me, especially from like a business. Anyways, so life gets weird. Yesterday when I went to Target, I went to pick up like drinks to take to the party, and this like young kid that works at Target brought me my drinks, and he's like, hey, I saw you here earlier. I was like, no, I haven't literally left my house all day. He's like, no, you were here earlier. You were here with Shaggy. And I don't know if he was joking or not, but like I was like, no, I wasn't. And I was like, well, maybe someone else has the same costume as I do. And then he's like, oh, okay, okay, but like flirty. And I'm like, wait, like, are you trying to be funny or flirty? I don't know. Anyways, I go, okay, thank you so much. And then I start to roll my window up, and he goes, so you're going to like a party or something? I'm like, yep, I'm going to a party. He's like, oh, cool. Like, where is it at? I was like, oh, around here. And then he's like, oh, okay. Well, that's dope. That's dope. And I'm like, what is going on in this world? Ugh, I don't know. Anyways, que no, I can't complain that there's no men out there, but there's some shooting their shot, failing. Recently, more tea. Damn, today I'm just spilling it. So I had someone that slid in my DMs. So the DMs are open. And I was just like, who are you? Blah, blah. We started talking, hit it off. And if you're listening to this, I'm sorry, but it's true. I just want to give advice to my girlies here. So this person set up a date with me and like it didn't happen, work related reasons. And I was like, oh, it's fine. This person doesn't live nearby, so I understood. And like we kept talking, but for after a while, I was just like, wait, like I'm just giving you energy for no reason. Like what do I get out of this except like talking to somebody? And like you could talk to somebody so often, and like then they made the excuse. When I kept bringing it up, I was like, hey, are we ever gonna meet? Oh yeah, yeah, we're gonna meet. We're gonna meet. And it just never happened. And I wasn't about to be like, hey, let's meet. I'm like, it should be your job because whatever. And it just never happened. So one day I just like decided like, you know what, like it's not worth talking anymore. Like all I do is like talk to this person, and it's like an emotional relationship, and I'm just like, I am looking for something serious, and this is just not serving me. So like my bad for doing this. Like I shouldn't have done this. I need to get better at communicating, but like I kind of was just annoyed, and I just like stopped responding. And I just stopped completely responding. I was just like, whatever, el que quiere, quiere. So I started responding, and finally, when I got like another message, because the person messaged me a couple times, was like, "Hey, you're ignoring me at this point," and I'm like, you know what? Yes, because it seems like we're never gonna meet, blah blah. And then they were like, "Hey, well, you've been busy," and I'm like, "I've been busy, but like I will make time, if you tell me a date or something." But you never said anything. And they're like, oh, well, they actually took like accountability for it after like a couple messages. And I was like, oh, I appreciate that. So then I'm like, I'm not gonna close the door fully. I'm just gonna, see what happens. Like, I already told you that I want to meet, and if you don't want to meet, then on to the next. And I said what I said, and it just continued. It started again, like, hey, good morning. How was your day? Which is fine, but it's like, at what point are we gonna meet? Because what's the point of keeping this relationship going? Like, I'm not here to make friends. Like, I already made friends. Um, I'm here to find a partner, especially like a male partner, And so it just continued. It continued, and I finally was just like, this is the same shit. And again, I stopped texting because I was like, I already said what I said, and you still haven't said, like, hey, when are you free? It doesn't have to be tomorrow. It doesn't have to be next week, but it's like, hey, let's set a date. Like, we're both adults here, we're both busy. And I just stopped texting. And again, they were like, hey, I sent you a text, you're ignoring me, blah, blah, blah. And then at this point, I was like, you know what? I don't owe this person anything because, like, I don't. And I finally said, like, hey, like, I'm not interested in talking any longer. I told you that I wanted to meet, and still nothing has happened. I don't know exactly what I said. And then they try to say, like, well, it's because you stopped talking to me first. And I'll just, like, get out of here with that. Like, don't come at me with, like, oh, it's your fault. It's your fault for not setting a date. And it's not even about that. It's just, like, if you don't care to, like, meet me, like, I don't care either. I don't have time. My time is valuable. I don't have a lot of it. So if I'm giving it to you and you're not appreciating it, then deuces. But for real, someone had said, like, hey, like, do you ever think about the fact that sometimes you expose the guys that you date or that you talk to? It comes with the territory, and, like, I don't say anything that's not true. I don't make up lies. It's all the truth. So it is what it is. Like, I really enjoy getting to know this person, but, like, I'm not here to, like, wait until you have time or when it feels right. Like, I know my worth, and this just taught me the lesson. Like, if he wanted to, he really would. And he doesn't want to, then he doesn't want to. Like, el que quiere va a hacerlo. Like, I was telling one of my friends, and he's like, dude, if I like the girl, I'm gonna do everything possible to, like, go meet her, take her on a date, whatever. Yeah, and the guys that are just there, they just have you there just because they have nothing else going on, or they have something going on, but they want to have, like, other options. And I'm like, you know what? You is right. So, anyways, that's enough tea spilling for today. I guess I'm just feeling in a silly, goofy mood after having, like, a fun weekend. So I kind of noticed that this week I've really been struggling in just being positive and just, like, not feeling exhausted and going about the motions of the day and feeling very, like, exhausted physically, emotionally, mentally, everything, every way that you could feel exhausted. I've been feeling exhausted. And then I realized that it's fall's coming. I don't know if it's fall yet, but I realized that fall is here, near, around the corner. The time's about to change, and I've noticed that it's gotten really dark really early. So I realize that seasonal depression is right here, and it's ready to hit all of us. If you don't get hit by seasonal depression, I envy you, but every year it happens to me. If you don't know what seasonal depression is, let me tell you a little bit about it. So, it's an affective disorder or a type of depression that usually happens during certain seasons of the year, most often fall or winter. It is thought that shorter days and less daylight may trigger a chemical change in the brain, leading to symptoms of depression. So, yeah, I noticed that in the summer, I am very excited to get up. I'm excited to make breakfast, to go to the gym, to do a bunch of things in the morning. But lately, it's been very difficult for me to wake up. I want to sleep way more. I'm a little bear in hibernation. I don't have energy. My energy usually, like, pops up later in the day, and I just been rolling with the punches and really forcing myself to do the things that I know keep me sane and keep my mental health in check. And those are, like, going on my walks, going to the gym, making time for my friends. Like, it's so easy to just quit, right? Like I started being a morning gym girly and I was all about it. Don't be a saddie, be a baddie. But the saddie comes during fall. I still want to be a baddie and not a saddie, but like it's okay to modify the workout schedule, modify the goals because we just got to deal with what we got to deal with. If there's no sun, no hay sol. So, I wanted to talk about seasonal depression and how we can fight it back because we're not going to be saddies, we're going to be baddies. And one way is that for me, I'm in a building all day, okay? I walk in my building at 8. I leave at 5 o'clock. Once I'm leaving my job, the sun is setting. And if I don't make an effort to say, like, for example, one big tip that I have, if you're the type of person that, like, I'm gonna go home and change and I'm gonna go to the gym. I cannot. It can't be me. Can't be me, sis. I have to take my gym bag to work, change at work, and be in my gear, ready to go to the gym or go on my walk right after work. If I come home, she's not leaving. Once I'm here, no me voy a ningún lado. So a tip that I have is to take your workout clothes to work, change, or just be ready to go to the gym right after you're out of work because let me tell you, it's really hard. I also make an effort to get out during the day, like if it's like on my 15-minute break or if I go on my lunch, I make an effort to get outside and get some sunlight because I know that I'm not going to get a lot when I get out of work because either I'm going to go on a walk and the sun's going to be setting or I'm going to go to the gym and when I come out, it's going to be pitch black. So sun is so important. So make sure that you're getting out there and getting it. Take your vitaminas, your vitamin D. Always take it because I know that when I don't have that sunlight or I'm not taking my supplements, then I feel so like tired because it has vitamin D gives you energy. So make sure you're taking your supplements, increase the times that you're going outside for sunlight, make sure you wear your sunscreen. Actually, yesterday my brother gave me a compliment on my skin and I was like, I wasn't wearing makeup. He's like, hey, Chola, because he calls me Chola. He's like, your skin looks really good. What you been doing? I've been going to the esthetician, my girl Rose, and I've also been really good about doing my skincare at night. I've come a long way from this journey. Like, I used to have really beautiful skin until I was 23, and then it got really bad. I had like hormonal breakouts everywhere. What are the cystic acne? So like my skin has gotten so much better. So a little flex. I'm so proud of myself. I could do better on my diet. Don't come for me. But what's another thing like for seasonal depression? Oh, yes. So the other day, like I was driving home and I was like, oh, this sucks. Like the sun's already setting. I'm gonna get home. It's gonna be pitch black. And you know what? I said, let me put some music. Let me put some like hype me up music. So I put some music from like back in my days and I was just like singing and like like you have to get out of that like sadness and it's hard. It's easy to just I could have easily put some sad banda music del amor porque no hay aquí, el amor no está aquí. But I think I put like too short and it brought me back to like when I was throwing it back in the days. So I put music like that and just like music that makes me happy. So make an effort, put your windows down, put the sunroof out and like do stuff that makes you feel happy. If it means going to get a coffee, go get a coffee because honestly, like I was on the struggle bus this week. Like I was just like what's the point of everything, going to sleep, and like it's kind of sad to think that way, but sometimes I feel like it's just like a hamster wheel that we're going on. It's like, what's the point of it all? But the point is that you have to find things that make you happy and like spend time with people you love. The other day, like I was feeling down and I'm like, you know what, like I need to get out. Like I need to go outside. So I told my mom, like, let's go to Costco. And I spent a little too much money because I was feeling sad. And you shouldn't go, you should, they say don't go drinking and driving. Drinking. And so you're going to end up at your ex's house. And don't go to Costco when you're sad because apparently like I bought all kinds of stuff. I I'm a little embarrassed to say how much money I spent because I was just like, oh, okay, this will make my life easier if I buy like some chicken nuggies that are frozen. So that way, in case like today that I don't want to cook and I'm going to have lunch for tomorrow with some sweet potato fries. But go out and get it out in the world. Like, it's easy for me to just come home and just lay here and rot in my bed or just like go on TikTok and scroll or just do nothing. That's easy. But like I've been pushing myself to get out even though like sometimes I don't want to socialize. I am very like on Friday, when I got out of work, I had such a long day. I was so exhausted. And I'm gonna be real with you guys. I ate like crap and I was feeling it because I was eating really good the rest of the week. And then Friday came in the morning, se me antojó un grilled cheese. So I made a little grilled cheese with my like sourdough from the farmer's market. And then I sat down and I drank my coffee. I actually ate breakfast at home. I went to work. My coworkers bought me a breakfast burrito. Another one bought me coffee. So I couldn't say no. I already had plans with my other friends to go out to lunch because occasionally, like every 2 weeks, I'll go out to lunch with them. Because, yo soy coda y no me gusta. I don't like spending money on lunch because I'm like, it's a waste of money. I'm going to go out to dinner. So I always make an effort to do like every 2 weeks with them because they go out all the time to just catch up. We ate pizza. So I was feeling disgusting after like by 3 p.m. I was just like, oh, like I just feel like I don't know, like when you eat bad food, you just don't feel good after you've been eating good. So I forced myself to go to the gym and the last thing I want to do is be around people because I'm around people all day. But I went to the gym, I walked, I lifted some weights, felt so much better after. And then after I went to Costco and was like, let me spend some money. So get out to the stores, even if it's just window shopping. TJ Maxx cures seasonal depression. I think exercise is a huge way to battle that seasonal depression because you get that little high. My sister recently has started running because she's training for the Spartan race. My brother's been a runner. And you know what? They're kind of inspiring me. Like, after COVID, I had a lot of trouble, like, with my breathing. So, like, I know it's an excuse, but no, it's not an excuse. Like, I really honestly had trouble breathing. Like, I had trouble going up the stairs. And then I got better and I started, like, running on the treadmill. And I was like, okay, like, I got this. And honestly, like I think running is so cool. Like I see all those TikTok videos of girls like my running mile 1, mile 2, and like I wish I was that. So I think I'm gonna start like my runner girl era. Don't mark my words because I've always hated running, but like I see my sister and how much she's pushed herself, so she really inspires me to get to it. Like we were talking about it last night with my cousins, and she's like, yeah, it just feels so good after you're done with it. And I don't know, like I kind of am feeling like I should do that, but first I have to go get running shoes because my shoes are not good for running because they hurt my feet. Anyways, get out, exercise, go on your walks, the mental health walks. I went on a mental health walk with my friend and like we just went and like it felt so good. It felt good for like to watch the sunset and then just bitch about work and bitch about life and about men, and it was really nice to just like socialize with my friends. Like I said, it's very easy to come home and just rot in your bed, but make sure you're making an effort to get out even though you don't want to, but like force yourself because grr, if I hadn't forced myself, I'm sure that I wouldn't be feeling as better as I feel today, even desvelada, okay? Also, self-care is so important. Don't forget to self-care. Like, si te sientes sad porque you don't have any more sunlight, come home, light a candle. Make sure the vibes are right. The other day I came home and I watched Indian Matchmaker. I love that show. I wish that I was on that show because I would want to be matched. Like, here's this person's cover letter. This is what they like to do. Do you want to marry them? No. But I really love that show and I watched it and I was just like, oh my god, like that is so cute. And I did my little skincare. I took a shower, put a candle on, and the vibes were it. Like that just boosted my little serotonin. So make sure that you're doing stuff that makes you happy. And so make sure that you are fighting seasonal depression this month by, moving your body. Make sure to move your body. Try to get as much sunlight as you can. Ask for support. Talk to your friends. Call a friend. journal, practice your gratitude. I did that the other day because I was just like, what's the point of everything? And I was like, I'm grateful for my home, I'm grateful for my job, my family, my health. And it's easy to slip up, but we gotta keep going. Make sure you go outside, take advantage of all the sunlight that you can. What else? And if you really, really are struggling, then seek therapy. Therapy always helps. And I've done an episode about how to look for therapy. So I'll link it on this episode. So if you have any questions on where you can find a therapist, all the questions are here. Like I said, I'm not a professional. I'm just sharing what I do to cope with seasonal depression. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I know I just rambled, which is my usual, but I'm so happy to be recording for YouTube again. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. Follow me at Unbreakable Latina on Instagram and TikTok. And I hope you guys have an amazing week. And don't forget to fight that seasonal depression. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.